I got to get into this video reaction. So it seems like Casanova and Tax Stone is locked up in the same federal penitentiary. Casanova, he has a due date to come home. Tax Stone done threw away his successful career because he had an ego that he had to fulfill. And he opened fire at the Irving Plaza venue. And that's what got him 35 on his back, like Kevin Durant.
The gunfire leads to chaos as concertgoers race to the exits. CBS 2's Janelle Borelli is live in Union Square with more. Janelle.
Well, Mary, those witnesses describe it as mayhem inside. Meanwhile, crime scene investigators have been out here all night. They've been inside of this concert venue, Irving Plaza, collecting evidence. 1,200 people were packed inside, waiting for rapper T.I. to come on the stage when those shots were fired. Panicked concert goers running for cover. Cell phone video capturing the hundreds of people trying to get out, fearing for their lives.
It was a stampede. It was a stampede. Everybody was trying to save themselves.
Screaming, people was just pushing, pulling, grabbing, using people as shields, everything. That's how crazy it was.
The chaos unfolding around 10:15 Wednesday night inside the Irving Plaza concert venue. Investigators say fans were waiting for rapper T.I. to perform when gunfire erupted in a third-floor green room area as opening acts Mano and Uncle Murder were on stage.
When he was about to go on, we saw like two people up on the VIP arguing, and then everybody started running because they heard the shot.
3 men in their early 30s and a woman in her 20s were struck in the gunfire, according to police. One of the men shot in the stomach died from his injuries.
Detectives are still interviewing potential witnesses, canvassing for video, and looking for cameras in the area that could help us identify people that were there that witnessed this scene.
Investigators say there was a security check and a metal detector at the venue, but some at the concert say security was lax.
It was easy. Anyone could have gone into there with a piece.
We're looking into that. That's going to be...
The feds on Monday, today's Tuesday, yeah. On Monday, I still don't have my whole schedule, back intact yet. But on Monday, a hip-hop podcast personality named Taxstone, his real name is Daryl Campbell, he was picked up at his aunt's home on Alabama Avenue in East New York. And this was on 2 gun charges. One of the charges was gun possession for a convicted felon, because if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to have a handgun. The second charge was interstate trafficking with the gun, because the gun came from Florida, which was probably stolen at some point along the way. So he was in federal court today, 500 Pearl Street, and the prosecutor in this complaint talked about some things that I found very surprising. He said that the prosecutors are saying that Taxstone, aka Daryl Campbell, that this 9mm semi-automatic Kel-Tec handgun that was used in the shooting that killed Troy Ave's bodyguard, Ronald Banga McFadden, that handgun, and also wounded Troy Ave and 2 other people, that handgun was actually in the possession of Daryl Campbell, aka Taxstone. So what does that mean? It means that, according to what the prosecutors say, they're saying Taxstone had the gun, that he shot Troy Ave as he was aiming at Troy Ave. Troy Ave's bodyguard, Ronald McFadden, tried to jump in and stop him. That's when he ended up getting shot in the chest and died from that wound.
But then he done fucked around and got an additional 37 months. He added 3 more years onto his sentence to add insult to injury. So this man won't be getting out. He's fucked, man. He ain't getting no pussy in the can. All I'm going to say to Casanova, don't get tricked up out your spot, because you have a due date to come home. You have a family to come home to. There's still going to be more life to live. This fool Taxstone, his life is over. I made a video about this fool. I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago. Y'all could go check it out. This dude has not matured since he's been locked up. He's getting worse and worse by the day. You can see that he has the drop top convertible. You understand? Like, this is a dude right here. You know, he was on the come up. On Friday, May 29th, in a Brooklyn federal court, as the once successful podcaster was sentenced to 37 months in federal prison for his role in masterminding a plan to sneak contraband, including drugs and weapons, into the jail where he was then incarcerated. The sentence will run consecutively to his state sentence, meaning that the time will be in addition to the 35 years he received for the manslaughter for a fatal shooting during the 2016 T.I. concert in Manhattan. Taxstone's real name, Darrell Campbell, orchestrated the contraband scheme while he was held at Brooklyn's MDC. The plan involved bringing in a rope made up of pieces of paper, over 100 strips of a synthetic opioid, approximately 27 bags of marijuana, and over 400 cigarettes, 2 lighters, and a scalpel, and a cell phone charger cord and plug. The podcaster pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to provide and possess contraband in a prison last September. One of his biggest interviews was 9 years ago when he did an interview with Meek Mill when they was sitting in the Wraith. You know what I'm saying? And Meek Mill was just driving around and he was just, you know, chopping it up with Taxstone. And from that interview right there, everybody thought that Taxstone was going to make it to the next level. Taxstone should have been where DJ Academics is at right now, because the streets was fucking with Taxstone heavy. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn nigga, been in and out of jail. You know what I'm saying? He a group home baby. In and out of jail all his life. He institutionalized. You feel what I'm saying? And the streets was definitely feeling him. But then it was that one night he went out and it changed his whole life. It changed everything. And now he find himself in the federal penitentiary for the rest of his life around a bunch of men. He ain't getting no pussy in the can. Casanova, you stupid, bro. Taxstone and Casanova in a federal cell showing a scalpel.
That bitch. They know I had the Glock. Everybody getting shot.
And see, this nigga right here, the drop top convertible nigga right here with the gap in his mouth, he don't got nothing to lose. You think he give a fuck if Casanova come home to his shorty and to his daughter? He don't give a fuck, bro. He don't got nothing to lose. This nigga done crashed out, lost every fucking thing. And now he trying to drag Casanova down with him. Y'all niggas is 40-year-old men. And y'all been in and out of jail since y'all was juveniles all y'all life, in and out of jail, man. Y'all niggas ain't learned shit, bro. The judge gonna get tired of you niggas, man. Now, what if the judge see this video of Casanova showing a scalpel on video and you in the feds, you ain't supposed to have no cell phone. So this nigga right here, Taxstone, he lining his so-called friend up to get more time. That's why you gotta really watch them niggas that you call your friends, bro. Cause them niggas be lining up that back door, son. And before you know it, I wouldn't be surprised if they add more time on to Casanova's sentence for this. Casanova was doing good. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't hearing no drama about him. These past few years, he's been locked up. You know, he been getting his visits from the Jazzy girl. You feel what I'm saying? But how long do you think she gonna sit around and keep her shit tight? You feel what I'm saying? Because these females, they got needs too. And at the end of the day, you put yourself, Casanova, in a situation like, you left a nice looking girl like this out here all by herself. I wouldn't be surprised if she's out fucking on the low behind Casanova's back. This is nasty work, you know? Definitely nasty work. Casanova, man, you got to do better. You got a due date to come home. Once you leave up out the feds, and that's the thing, too, with Taxstone fail to realize, like, once Casanova leave the feds and he's free and he move on with his life, he ain't gonna give a fuck about no damn Taxstone, man. It's all fun and games now. But trust me, when them lights go out at night in the feds, I know this nigga Taxstone be crying himself to sleep and kicking his own self in the ass because he knew he blew the bag and he fucked up. He had major sponsors that was ready to put millions of dollars behind this dude, man. I'm not saying that, you know, what Troy Ave did was some solid shit, because that was wrong. Especially you talking about you this dope boy Troy this and dope boy Troy that, and you from Brooklyn, you from Troy Ave or wherever the fuck you claim you from, and you get on the stand and you tell on that man, I was wrong for you to do that. But at the same time, Daryl Campbell, you crashed out when you had things going good for you. There's a lot of niggas that's doing this YouTube shit that'll probably never reach the heights that you reached. And they wish, a lot of YouTubers like myself and other YouTubers out there, we wish we was in a position that you was in. And as soon as you got it, you threw it all away because you wanted to prove how gangster you was. And that shit ain't amount to nothing. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, man. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe. I'm out.
They know I had the Glock. Everybody getting, hold on, everybody getting shot.